Hey lurkers, welcome back to our NAVIA world. Make sure you like and subscribe and enjoy the video.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my not my podcast, child, I'm used to saying that. But Fargo season 4, episode 8 review. So the episode starts out with, first of all, it starts out with little fella eating some nasty meat, like they zoomed in his mouth eating this meat, which I'm like, I could have lived my whole life not seeing that, but, and then I guess he's in the position to go and marry one of the councilman's daughter, Izzy, in March or something like that, because he's trying to get it, but he's trying to get up in the political business, okay? And while in the process of being in the political business and trying to marry this guy's daughter, he is still messing around with killer Mildred. So it's a lot of stuff going on. So Mildred is talking to little fella, and he asked her about, did she like being a nurse and stuff, and how she, what drove her to do that. And she is talking, explaining her childhood. I guess she was in and out of hospital, so she lived in the hospital half of her childhood, and Mildred's mother was crazy. So Mildred is giving me a Carrie tease, like, they're gonna laugh at you. They're gonna laugh at you. They're gonna
Ow, away! Stop it, Mama! Stop hurting yourself, Mama!
He's gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you.
laugh at you, tease. And she's laying in the bed talking to little fella, and little fella's telling her how he about to get married and how the marriage he about to go into is an arranged marriage that his father set up. And, and she kind of feels some type of way about it, like, do you like this girl? And it's like, girl, this is business. Like, little fella is a whole criminal. Whoever I marry is not because I like him, it's because it's the whole business. I don't know what in the dizzy bop is going on between little fella and killer Mildred, but so little fella ends up going to the bathroom. Mildred ends up calling the hospital, checking up on that guy she tried to poison, her boss, last week, to see if he made a full recovery or he passed away. So she called, and she pretends to be like a relative, a sister, and she says, I'm a sister, and they tell her on the phone that he had a recovery. So now she panicking because she like, oh shit, I didn't poison this man. And clearly whatever concoction Mildred be trying to make is not strong enough, because even the pie that Pearl's auntie lover ate, she didn't die. So now she kind of on the edge panicking because she about to kind of get exposed, right? And little fella comes out the bathroom. He sits right next to her. He asks her, I want to tell you a secret. And he was like, what? And then little man says, the Irishman, is the devil. You want to know how I know the Irishman is the devil? And she's like, what? He said, when I was with him for 3 years, he did certain things that you shouldn't do to kids. And I was thinking about that, about this whole trading your kids and stuff for power. I was thinking, okay, I feel like it's a reason behind why little fella killed his father. Because that don't sit right with me. Like, you got your whole defenseless kid with a random stranger. Anything can go down. He can get touched. Anything can happen. And you will be the cause of that problem. So, next thing you know, she's like, Mildred's like, oh, don't tell me this. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this. And he's like, I'm trying to tell you this, Minnesota. I'm like, he is such a butthole. Like, who the fuck is, her name is Killer Mildred. Ain't no Minnesota. And so she throw her clothes at him, told him to get out. He's all trying to express how he's in love with her, and he feels comfortable in telling her his secrets and all this stuff. And she is just not caring about that. She's just thinking, like, I'm about to get busted for killing this man. I am cracking up. She is knocking the shit out of the little fella. Like, she is throwing her purse at him. Like, she is just swinging it. And then something else happened, but we're going to get into that later because this is going on a commercial break and now.
All you dusty assholes, go and sell your fucking soul. Only thing is talking is the motherfucking money. I've been whipping through Paris while you acting scary. Get your ass like dirty motherfucking Harry. All you dusty assholes, go and sell your fucking soul. Only thing is talking is the motherfucking money.
welcome back. I hope y'all enjoyed my new song, my little commercial to promote my song. Make sure y'all go check it out. Click the link below, to listen to it. But before you go listen to it, finish this review and then go listen to my song. But I appreciate it if y'all go and check it out. So, yeah, okay, well, little fella was feeling himself after his little rendezvous with his lover, and he comes to his hangout, and when he gets there, big fella's sitting there waiting for his little ass, okay? So he gets there, and big fella just gets up, and little fella is looking shook, and big fella just puts the pound and beat down on little fella. He just beat his ass up. He beat him up and stuff. So at this point, he beat him up, so you thinking like, dang, is he gonna kill him? Because now he found out that his brother, told Cannon to go do that. So he tells his, after beat him up, he tells him, you killed a kid to have me killed. He's like, you killed a kid to have me killed and stuff. And he was like, he was standing there because he's like in deja vu, like this nigga alive. So he just hugs him and he said, you know what? I was going to kill you, but that's what they want me to do. But I'm not going to kill you because, we brothers. I'm the lion and you're the snake. You're devious. And then little fella is just not clicking that big fella's alive because he thought he stacked up the dominoes and he was the number one player in this. So for him to get there and see his brothers alive, he's just in a state of shock. Something don't seem right in the sauce. So big fella gets on his knees and he tells little fella that, he would never betray and he would have his honor and protect him. Blase, and gives a vow to him. And little fella's like, okay, well, if you ever betray the family, I'm going to have to kill you, da-da-da. But something don't seem right. I'm not trusting neither one of the brothers. They don't like each other. And I'm just saying, if you find out your fucking brother that you've been beefing with try to have you fucking killed, I just don't believe this smoke screen, okay? So now we go to Lloyd and his man. And Lloyd's man come back and they tell him, listen, it didn't work. They brothers and they stronger than ever. So now they are setting up a plan called Fargo. So now I don't know what he gonna do. All I know is he should never let big fella live. But now that they are together, I feel like they still are divided in a way. But they are gunning for Cannon now. So now we're going to Cannon's wife. And Cannon's wife is going to visit Pearl's mom's funeral home. And she's talking to Pearl's mom and everything because she's trying to set up the funeral for her son that she thinks is dead. And while trying to do that, Pearl's mom is trying to get out of that bad situation she has with Cannon with the whole Cannon owns the business in the house and everything. And she's trying to negotiate herself out of it, but like, the one lady, before she poured her drink, she told Pearl's mother, like, it's nothing I can help you with. So before we sit down and we start talking about we from the same neighborhood and all stuff, it's nothing I can really help you with because everything is burning down. So, yeah. So now we're going to Pearl. And I'm seeing a love interest coming. Something between Pearl and Cannon's son. Because while she's sitting in her room, Cannon's son walk in her room and stuff, and they start to talking about music and everything. And while they're in the middle of the talking, Pearl's mom comes in and she's all telling the son, like, your mama's here for you. So, like, quote unquote, like, get the fuck out of my daughter's room. So she's talking to Pearl and she tells Pearl, you can't afford to make mistakes. And he's not your friend. Like, this is a hostile takeover, so don't be thinking because he's nice to you that we friends. Like, you can't afford to mess up and everything. And Pearl is expressing to her that, I'm just talking to him. Ain't nothing really going on, but it's giving me a Romeo and Juliet type of energy between Cannon and Pearl. What's going to happen? So And then on top of that, he don't know his brother, quote unquote, is dead, but he not dead. But he think he dead, but he not dead, but he think he dead. But we know. You know what you know. Somebody's in a world of trouble. Her name is Deathflower. So Deathflower ass is at work, and she asking one of the nurses about the guy that she poisoned, what he had, so she could be his nurse. The nurse tells her that he's been transferred to somewhere else that deals with poison, like attempted murder, somebody trying to poison you, and because they found arsenic, which you Karens love using some goddamn rat poison, some damn arsenic. Y'all love poisoning the motherfuckers.
Here, Mother, our wedding present to you. Stop it. Go on. Eat it. Eat the cookie.
Okay, this giving me a Daily Woman tease. Every Daily Woman show that you can watch on Discovery Channel, I think that's a Discovery Channel. No, it's not. It's one of those killer channels. But y'all bitches love using some goddamn poison. So the nurse is telling her, Deathflower about this. Deathflower is shaking her boots because clearly she didn't measure or nothing. She was just trying to poison him and thought it was going to be clear and done. So now she's panicking because now they're going to put two and two together if he survives. So she tried to kill him. So his ass flew out. They had to fly him to a different state. So that's what you get when you trying to kill people through Mercury retrograde, bitch. It came back and bit you in your back, bitch. That's what you get. So now Deathflower doing the penguin walk. She running like a penguin down the damn hallway like, ooh, I better hurry up and pack all my stuff and figure out what I'm about to do. Because guess what? You about to lose your job. No, you was about to go to prison. Well, note to self, don't be trying to tell on somebody that's a killer the Mercury retrograde, because it might come back and bite you in the ass. Because, so, Deathflower ran home, so she packing up. She like, bitch, I'm about to fly out to a different country because I'm about to get busted. So while she packing up, she finds a journal. And she look like, I never stole a journal. What is this? So she looking at the handwriting in the journal, and then she goes and grabs the note that she took. And she looking at the handwriting from the letter in the journal. And she like, this motherfucker across the street is the one that turned on me, Pearl. So my heart dropped. I said, oh gosh. She didn't find out it was you. First of all, you don't bring your intimate diary to you leave that at home. You don't be bringing that to the store. I don't know why Pearl brought that, but I'm like, at this point, I'm like, this is not good. I'm scared for Pearl. She didn't watch herself in the lion's den with a crazy ass Deathflower. Like, I'm disappointed because I'm thinking to myself, like, Pearl, you about to lose your life. Like, you don't be snooping around people's houses and then snitching on them, telling on them. And you left evidence at the person you telling on crib. Like, girl. Woo. Now we going to Cannon. Cannon's at his house with Opie, one of his men. And when Cannon goes to the house, Duffy is there. The marshal. So Cannon's man tell the marshal, like, yeah, you at the wrong side of the neighborhood. He was like, no, I'm not. I'm at the right side. And I'm going to need you to move out the way. And, you know, he's still standing there looking at the marshal. And the marshal's like, you know, I'm the damn marshal. You're going to have to listen. So they end up going in the house. And Candy comes downstairs. And he sees the marshal sitting down. And they start talking. And the marshal's talking about Candy. But the one thing that he did say that I thought was a funny quote, the marshal, he going to say, Cannon asked, you want some alcohol? You want some, you know, some drink? And he was like, nah, I don't drink liquor. You know, liquor is like a friend with a knife. I said, that's true. Because if they get him drunk, they going to get rid of you with the knife. So he's talking to Cannon, and Cannon put two together that he came here because of Pearl's auntie, the Outlaws. And the marshals are like, listen, I came to this town to do a simple job, and I've been bamboozled at every corner. Like, he came here to do one job, and he's finding a whole bunch of holes and pop holes and cracks everywhere, which is taking his job longer. So, and my thing is, why don't you just go home then? Show is giving it to Cannon, and he's all telling him, Cannon telling him, he a family man, he the deacon of the church, all this stuff, and he's like that's all a smoke screen. And he said that's all a smoke screen because first of all, you traded your son for some damn power. And, so now Cannon pissed, like, you know what, get out my house. So Cannon's man pulled out a gun, but he didn't pull out it fast enough because the marshal beat him to it. And my thing to the marshal is, how about you go bust the Italian's nuts too, and the cop. Like, he came all up in the house calling him boy and giving me something. Like, bro, you got a little shady code too, just like everybody else. See, but you get to hide behind that you're a marshal. But, I mean, that was stupid as fuck. So the marshal told him, either you trade them up, and it should be easy because you traded your son. So, what you want to do? Cannon tells the marshal about where Pearl's auntie is at. They're about to get on the train. And before the marshal leaves, Cannon tells the marshal, like, listen, if you want some advice, when you cross some lines, don't come back. It ain't going to be safe for you. And then the marshal just looks at him and said, you have a good day, boy. And my thing is, okay, bring your ass back here. You will be getting lit up. Because I like how Cannon got him together. Like, the marshal's just as racist as the Italians. And he's trying to master that. The way he does his meanness and his racism is through the Bible. So he will quote something from the Bible, but degrade you or say some like degrading shit, like calling you a boy when you're a grown ass man. Or he would say racist shit and use the Bible to cover up his racism. So he ain't blunt. See, he not blunt with his. He just nice nasty with his racism. But my thing is, join the fun. You can bring your ass right back to Missouri, cause you and Tickety Boom gonna have the same fate. Now we back to the marshal and Tickety Boom. And Tickety Boom tells Marshall, I want to be a cop again. The marshal's like, okay, before we get to that, who's you on the phone with? And he said, before you lie, tell the truth. So Tickety Boom tells him he was on the phone with Cannon, and how Cannon wants the marshal to find the two outlaws and, get rid of them. So I want to trace back to Cannon. So the marshal listens. He's like, okay. And then next, Tickety Boom explains to him about his tick and how he needs to be on some type of medication. That ever since he's a kid, he always had his tick. So he pretty much has fucking anxiety. So he worries a lot, and he starts stuttering and shaking. He must got a lot of Gemini energy or some shit. So he tells them, all those nicknames you call me, I've been hearing that my whole life, and da-da-da. And he explains to him why he wanted to be a cop. It's because he wanted power, and he felt like when he had power, he didn't worry, so he didn't have no fucking ticks. And so he didn't want to be a cop because to serve and protect. He wanted to be a cop to feel like he's powerful or he has some type of authority somewhere, because he actually don't have no authority in his life because he has very wimpy, unease energy. So he's a man that would never have control. So then he tells me, I became a cop, and I made a deal with the streets, and and then when I start doing that, that's when the worries start coming back to Tickety Booms, because now I'm not in control no more. Now I'm somebody else, pretty much dog, and somebody else is my handler. So he's basically expressing how he wants to go back to being his own handler. Too late, baby boy. You didn't sign the deal, and you have parked a seat up in the devil's anus, penis, and mouth, because you are screwed. You sit here and make deals with 2 rivals, and now you want to run back and be a full cop? What he need to do is go get him some tickets and go catch the next train to Philadelphia his goddamn self, because you fucked. So now we get into the Marshall meeting up with Pearl's auntie and her lover and child. This scene is so intense. Like, so the Marshall's at the train station, and the auntie is there, the outlaw's there. She make eye contact with the Marshal, and then she just looks at her girlfriend. But before the shooting starts happening, her girlfriend sees death. So that just gives you a clue that they about to die. People about to die. A lot of people about to die. They about to die. So they just start shooting. So while the midst that it's all this commotion is going on in the train station, you got Tickety Boom outside, still in the fucking car, playing with the lock, counting. And then out of nowhere, he just like, time to go in there. I gotta go in there. It's like, bro, it's a whole shootout. You've been in that car for a good 30 minutes. Whoever hired him need to lose their badge. That motherfucker is unstable. So Tickety Boom gets into the train station. He ends up meeting up with the Marshal and the outlaws. And the Marshal tells him, they ran out of bullets with shit. Yeah, because they didn't kill every motherfucker up in that train station. So he tells Tickety Boom to arrest him, handcuff him. And Tickety Boom just grabs the handcuffs and turns around and shoots the Marshal. And well, it was supposed to happen. I told his ass to leave, but y'all don't want to be listening. So he shot him. And then next thing you know, he shoots Pearl's auntie's girlfriend. And mind you, before the shooting happened, Pearl's auntie girlfriend been seeing death. She just been everywhere she looks, she keep on seeing death. Like Final Destination. So he getting ready to go shoot at Pearl's auntie. Pearl's auntie, she just get mad and she rams at him, and she just, I don't know if he got her a little bit or she turned the gun on him and got him, but she ran out that bitch. And I guess she's going to her sister's house. But yeah, it's going down. Now we go to little fella and big fella, and they talking. And out of nowhere, these guys walk up and they just start shooting at them. And when they start shooting at them, big fella, he runs over there and starts shooting and everything. So the guys leave, and all they hear is screaming in the house. So they run in the house, and they see, I don't know, his sister or his sister kids dead on the ground. And big fella, he looked upset, but little fella looked like, oh, just another day in the streets. So I didn't believe that whole kumbaya stuff with the brothers. Little fella has a big issue with his family, and I feel like he is actually very detached from his family and from his people because what his father did to him when he was a little kid. And I guess when he was with the Irish people, they took advantage of him and probably did some inappropriate stuff to him as a kid. So he's in a way like, if I'm going down, everybody else going down, but who cares because y'all sent me away as a little kid. So that is it for Fargo review. So it's getting good. So, and before I leave, make sure y'all like, subscribe, don't be lurking. If you made it to the end of the video, congratulations. So go check out my song, Dirty Harry, that is on Spotify, YouTube Music, everything. I will put the link down below for you to go and check out the song. And go stream it. I really appreciate if y'all go stream it and listen to the song and give me feedback or comment. Or give me feedback about this episode. And pretty much that's it. So you know what to do. Subscribe, like, comment, share, listen to my music. Click the link down below. And I have a podcast in the music. So, you got a lot. It's a lot going on over here, baby. It's a lot of variety, baby. So y'all know what to do. So bye.